We're gonna use a VV. I'm gonna start over. I don't remember the name of this tint, buddy. Warming this up. Hey guys, I'm Chris. Today we're gonna do a video on tinting my headlights on the car. I've already done the rear tail lights. My friend Leo and I, who's right here. And we've learned from the back, so we're gonna work our way to the front. We're gonna use a heat gun to help get bubbles out and kind of, it's like a memory thing with the film, and we'll show you guys how that's done. And like I said, we're beginners, but we've done the back, so we're getting a little bit better at it. So we're gonna start with the headlights and see how it goes. So we're using a film called VViViD. VViViD Plus from Amazon, and so far this has worked out pretty good for us. As you can see, we did the rear lights and it looks awesome. It has just enough darkness for it to just like almost blend into the body of the car, because they are really red without the tint. So alright, so let's start the front here. Like I said, we're going to clean, and then we're going to start by applying it cold to the flattest part of the light and work our way over, and we'll explain as we go. So some of the tools we're using is what comes with the wraps. Not this one, but you can get them. It's so there's some little cards like that. You kind of work out the kinks and all that good stuff, and they have felt on them, which I found out was very helpful. There's this little poker tool that gets into like the deep areas, and then of course a knife that you can break into little pieces and get them sharp every time. So we've cut our film in half so we can do the lights, and luckily it works out pretty good. Otherwise we would have been short. But yeah, so one package with 2 rolls was enough for the front and the back, and we messed one up, so it's plenty of material if you don't mess up too many times. Alright guys, I'm using Chemical Guys cleaner, a glass cleaner, and I've used this here quite a little bit, and it's pretty nice glass cleaner. Alright guys, so you want to start on the flat side. I'm going to let Leo hold that side there. You want to start on the flat side first. So make sure you get all the way to where you need to be. I need a little more here. We're going to start by placing it on the flat side of the headlight.
Need a little bit down material now.
What do you need?
A little bit down.
Down?
Yeah, like that.
Alright, so we're going to get it flat, right against the flat side there. I use my squeegee to kind of get as close to flat as possible. As you can see here, this is the important part before stretching it and all that good stuff. You can always back out and come back if you don't have a nice little start there. So just keep going here. And so far it's looking actually pretty good for a start. A little bubble won't matter because the heat will take that bubble out. You don't want to try for bubbles, but you also don't
have to worry.
Yeah, you don't have to worry too much about bubbles.
Sorry, I messed with you.
Alright, you're good. So here, that's good. Alright, now we're gonna lay this down as good as we can. And we're gonna try to again contour it before we cut. And see if we can stretch here.
Do some heat a little bit before we cut.
Alright guys, so we're gonna add, here's the point where we're gonna add a little heat, and you don't want to keep the heat on for too long. The little trick is to warm it evenly, and it will stretch, and it will stretch a lot. And then that's when we can kind of contour it, and then we'll work out the seams and bubbles later. So guys, we're at that point where we're still needing to warm it and kind of stretch it, but you can see it already looks way better. Here's this side, and then there's that side. You can see the difference right there. It looks so much better tinted, and it's not affecting the light at all. Might make it like a tad less bright, but these are LED and they're super bright already. People always flash me on the road to turn off my high beams, and they're not on. So that's gonna work out real nice. So let me show you what we got so far. You'll see some bubbles around here. These will come out, but these bigger bubbles we're gonna actually stretch out with heat, and we're gonna keep stretching it. You wanna kind of stretch it this way out all the way through, and then fold, like just kind of lay it down, and you get these little stress marks, but with heat at the end when we cut it, should be able to come out. So just let's try that now. We're gonna heat it and try to stretch it into place. So on the first one, as you can see, we made a couple mistakes. We cut one area too short because it was just under the body panel and I thought it was gonna cover and it didn't. However, again, this is trial and error. We can always rip it off and redo. But for the time being, it's really minimal to rip off right now. I have to order some more and redo it. And then we'll start this other side. So same thing, cleaning, and then start the process of wrapping. Alright guys, so here it is, completed. It turned out pretty good overall. I'm happy with it. Way better than stock and way better than paying somebody a couple $100. I paid $20 for the film and maybe 20 minutes worth of work. It's not perfect, and by not perfect I mean there's like a little baby imperfection right here, probably really hard to see. It's hard to see in person. And very good overall. Here's this side. So again, on this side I have a small wrinkle right here that I didn't work out good enough, and over here a little bit, but we're gonna redo this one later. But for what it is, guys, I mean, look at it as a whole, it's awesome looking. And again, we're not professionals. This is our first time at this, and for first time I don't think it's bad. Overall it turned out really nice. So let me show you guys the back, which we did the other day. The back actually turned out pretty nice because there's a lot of flat panels. It's mostly flat and then you work your way over. So as you can see here, let me back the camera out. here was mostly flat. This was all flat. This piece right here, very easy. This one was fairly flat, and then you got that little contour, which we were able to stretch out again our first time. This is where we first started. Same thing over here. Flat, and then a little bit of contour, and then this big pool right here. But it turned out really good for a couple of new guys. I mean, again, overall, turned out nice. Got 15% on the windows. The headlight percentage, I couldn't tell you. It's like an external headlight wrap, headlight fog light, tail light wrap. So I don't know if there's a percentage, they call it smoke. But it really makes the car look much better from before and after, that's for sure.